Governor Mutfwang receives UNDP delegation, says accelerated growth of the state remains his focus. Plateau State Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission expresses concern over cases of gender violence. Industrial Training Fund moves to fulfill federal government's promise of promoting small and medium-scale enterprises. We're glad you could join us on Panorama today in Jos. I am Mary Replong-Domtur. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website nta.ng/live, on our YouTube channel NTA News Online, and other social media platforms showing on your screen. President Bola Tinubu has arrived in Beijing, China for his official visit. The presidential aircraft touched ground at Capital Airport, Beijing at about 9 a.m. local time. During the visit, the president is slated to engage the host president, Xi Jinping, on how to improve the bilateral cooperation between the two countries, after which memorandum of understanding will be signed. Besides his meetings with Chinese business leaders, President Tinubu will visit Huawei Technologies and the China Rail and Construction Corporation as Nigeria looks to construct the Abuja-Ibadan rail line. State House correspondent Musbaudan Wahab reports that the president, who is also the chairman ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, will on Thursday, 5th September, participate at the opening ceremony forum on China-Africa Cooperation at the Great Hall. The federal government has formalized a partnership with the African Fertilizer and Agri-Business Partnership with a view to improving the food security of the country. The initiative was signed under the supervision of the Office of the Vice President and the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Musa Baba Aliyu reports.
The Agricultural Input Resilience Program is designed to identify and address critical challenges of availability, affordability, and quality of essential farm inputs across Nigeria. The program will be implemented under the supervision of the Office of the Vice President and the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security.
Our collective aim is to achieve domestic food security, enhance export growth, and create sustainable job opportunities. This initiative aligns seamlessly with the strategic goals of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, where it emphasized the importance of understanding our diverse landscapes through stakeholder mapping.
The signing of this Memorandum of Understanding marked another milestone, symbolizing the collective efforts to strengthen Nigeria's agricultural sector. Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, said the program will play a crucial role in shaping future government policies in the area of input supply.
We will begin to now decipher and bring out the core areas of needs that the farmers want, and we can begin now to more or less target the people who ought to benefit from what we are doing.
Also, there's a need for more capacity development amongst those who distribute fertilizer. So agri-dealers or agri-retailers, hub agri-dealers have to be capacitated to be able to play more of a role in extension to help the farmers understand what is the appropriate product to be used on the appropriate crop.
The initiative is believed will enable the Nigerian government to leverage partners' expertise to build a more resilient agricultural sector. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu.
Of the Civil Service of Nigeria and the United Kingdom have agreed to strengthen ties that will advance civil service reforms in Nigeria. This was the outcome of a meeting between the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, DD Esther Wilson-Jack, and the UK Cabinet Secretary, and the head of the Civil Service, retired Honorable Simon Case, held at the UK Cabinet Office, London. The meeting focused on knowledge sharing and best practices to support Nigeria's ongoing reform initiatives under the Federal Civil Service Strategy and Implementation Plan 2021 to 2025, with emphasis on capacity building, knowledge management, and enhancing Nigeria's Civil Service Week activities by drawing inspiration from the UK's annual Civil Service Live conference model. The head of the UK Civil Service committed to sharing insights on civil service development while recognizing the value of learning from Nigeria's experiences. The collaborative effort is expected to strengthen the partnership between the civil services, enhance capabilities, and foster a mutually beneficial relationship. The meeting underscored the commitment of Nigeria and the UK to building efficient and responsive civil services with continued partnership support in the years ahead, and agreed to explore exchange programs and study tours. Plateau State government says it will collaborate with relevant agencies to develop the state in agriculture, environment, security, and ICT. Governor Caleb Mutfwang stated this while receiving a delegation of the United Nations Development Fund in Jos. Ndayang and Ebagang reports.
This visit by the UN delegation is the aftermath of the governor's visit to management of UNDP in Abuja, where he solicited partnership that will facilitate the development of the state. The delegation is in Plateau State to do some findings to strengthen the collaboration in key areas of development.
We just saw the opportunities that are evident in the state and how institutions like ours under your leadership can be able to collaborate with the people of this great state and by extension Nigeria as a whole to realize her potential. One of the areas that we're hoping to collaborate with you on is establishing a center and a space where the young people of this great state can start building solutions.
Governor Mutfwang, who expressed gratitude for the visit, says the state government is set to give all the necessary cooperation the agency needs to make its intervention in the state successful.
Of UNDP to make Plateau State its home. This is quite heartwarming, and I look forward to working very intensely with you on all the aspects of your mandate and see how we can be able to practicalize it on the plateau.
Governor Mutfwang adds that accelerated growth of the state remains his focus. Angels, Indenyan and the Abuja NTA News.
To ensure 240,000 intending Nigerian artisans are certified, the QA Technique Management Team in Istanbul, Turkey was in ITF to accredit the center for the program. Director General Industrial Training Fund says this is in furtherance to President Tinubu's promise to promote growth of small and medium-scale enterprises. Ijoma Ozemena reports.
The QA Technique Management Team from Turkey is in Jos for an on-the-spot assessment of facilities that will enhance training for the certification of the intending artisans to meet global excellence. The scale-up program, SUPA, involved capacity building of these trainees through tech-enabled skills, which will bring about quality service delivery and promote the value of handworks such as plumbing, technician, carpentry, tailoring, among others. For a smooth training, the QA team will aid accreditation of ITF and provide the needed training for these artisans to be at par with their peers internationally.
They are going to tell us what are the 21st century tools that will make our job neat and beautiful, and at the same time have what we call resistance and retention mechanically. Those instruments we will use that will make our work aesthetically perfect and at the same time strong.
After inspecting the center, the QA team applauds the rich human resources of the country, noting that as a partner, they will assist the artisans to upskill to meet industrial needs.
We are going to help ITF prepare the certification requirements, set up the scheme, set up their resource structure, set up their structural requirements, as well as their records requirements to be in line with the standard. As the DG told you earlier, everything that they're doing is a marriage between the International Labour Organization's standard for classification of occupations, what he calls ISCO 08.
In Jos, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
Plateau State Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission says it has so far received 34 cases of gender-based violence, with commitment to ensuring that such cases are reduced to the barest minimum in the state. Again, Ijeoma Ozemena reports.
One of the major mandates of the Plateau State Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission is to ensure that all forms of gender-based violence are eliminated in the state. The Commission, since inception, has received more than 30 cases of gender-based violence, such as battery, abandonment of parental responsibility, child labor, and trafficking, as well as forced prostitution. Other criminal cases range from rape and the syndrome of selling children.
Able to track with the Ministry of Women Affairs to track children of Plateau that were sold outrightly to orphanages in Abuja and return them. Our girls today are in the news, being trafficked to areas like Ghana. Some are in Lagos, some are in different cities in the name of house help syndrome. That is another area that we are currently researching and trusting that we will push it to His Excellency to probably make it an executive order to outlaw issue of house help syndrome.
Plateau State, according to the Commission, ranks 4th in the cases of child labor.
We've confirmed through our investigations that these ladies travel to sell out the children outrightly. We've made a lot of arrests, and they are currently at the state CID. Some of them have started, appearing in courts for different levels of prosecution.
To curb the trend, the Commission is engaging strategic partners through increased awareness and sensitization. In Jos, Ijeoma Ozemena, NTA News.
Chairperson Plateau State Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission, Olivia Daziem, is in the studio to shed more light on the efforts at tackling gender violence in Plateau State. We're glad to have you, Ma.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here.
Okay, Ma, there are several cases of gender-based violence in the state. How far have you gone with those cases?
Well, we must say that we're very grateful to His Excellency Barrister Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang, who immediately when he came into government received the report from the Simon Bako Lalong-led administration. And at that time, because of the arrangements to exit governance, they couldn't implement the provisions of the Gender and Equal Opportunities Law 2015. But Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang gave his approval for the setting up of the Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission in Plateau State. And like you heard in that report, we have commenced activities. And by the grace of God, under the law, there's a requirement for the setting up of a mediation center. Okay. The mediation center receives complaints ranging from different crimes that you have heard from the report. Some of them are family disputes, sexual offenses, molestations of minors, rape cases, some of these cases that have been received, ranging even including trafficking, child trafficking, that we have received, with some that require, to handle at the mediation center in order to protect the family unit. We have tried to mediate and counsel. But some of them that are criminal in nature, we have referred them to the appropriate quarters. And when I say appropriate quarters, I mean the Office of the Commissioner of Police in Plateau State, whom we are partnering with very closely to ensure that these criminal tendencies are not only investigated, but they are prosecuted in the state. Quite a number of the offenders are taking their days in courts already. And I also need to say that so far, the Plateau State Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission has already secured its first conviction of violence against a woman. Okay. It's spousal battery, I would say. And, the court immediately, tried and convicted the suspect. And he's serving his jail term as we speak now. And apart from that, the Office of the Attorney General is already handling some of the cases. Okay. The traffickers that were arrested, are standing their trials in courts already. And apart from that, we are embarking on sensitization, creating awareness amongst the people of Plateau State on the dangers associated with sexual and gender-based violence.
Okay, what efforts are mediation centers making in addressing these challenges in the local government areas?
Under the provision of the Gender and Equal Opportunities Law 2015, the Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission is mandated to set up mediation centers in the 17 local government areas of the state. What the commission has done is to invite the critical target officers at the local government areas for a training. And the commission afforded these categories of staff from the 17 local government areas training, in 2 days training on gender issues, the need to mainstream gender, mediation skills, counseling skills. And by the grace of God, the capacities of the Director of Social Services in the local government areas, the information officer, the decks of the women units. We have women mediators in the 17 local government areas. This was a team that the 2-day training afforded them capacities to improve on what they are doing. Very soon, the Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission would embark on monitoring and evaluation of the activities at the mediation centers in the 17 local government areas. They receive cases. Some of those cases they mediate upon, they counsel. But those that are criminal in nature, they make reference, to the Office of Commissioner of Police, and they are properly investigated and will face their days in courts.
Okay, one of the ways of addressing these challenges is sensitization of the public. So tell us how far you've gone with this.
I must say that so far, so good. We have been going around the state. Remember when we first came into office, we had to go around the 17 local government areas, working together very closely with the Commissioner of Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development to create awareness on child trafficking, gender-based violence. Apart from that, the Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission has engaged actively with critical stakeholders in the state on the issues of sexual and gender-based violence. Apart from that, we have also engage religious leaders, and we have spoken with them. We have given them some form of training, and we will sustain that, to create this awareness, because we have a belief that they will also step it down. The Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission also embarks on community-based, engagements.
So
and
what's
so far, so good.
The way forward. The way forward.
We will sustain this engagement, these community engagements, to create awareness. And we are grateful for the opportunities that the media is also giving us. But we will go down right to the grassroots to create this awareness that sexual and gender-based violence in our state will no longer be tolerated.
Thank you so much for coming on Panorama. We've been speaking with the Chairperson, Plateau State Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission, Olivia Dazim. Panorama will continue after the break.
Learning is fun, but as a mom, I see how demanding it can be for my child. That's why I ensure he starts every day with a cup of Bonvita. Bonvita, prepare them to win every day.
From the Atlantic across the savannah to the Sahara, we rise, a land of the free, we know they tire. We dream great, our spirit is undying.
Resilient, rooted like palm tree, we sway in colors, we turn dark into light, we build solutions, we ignite passion, yeah. Each ethnicity is unique, we have more than just a nation.
We are Nigeria, strengthening unity. We know they carry lives. We are Nigeria, together live the dream of a land with great destiny. We are Nigeria.
I am the real Nigerian. Brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA.
The federal government of Nigeria warns vandals of national assets, electricity transmission towers, cables and other facilities to desist from this act of sabotage. Vandalism is a serious crime punishable under the law. Vandalizing electrical equipment will affect millions of Nigerians, including your loved ones. Remember that national assets belong to all of us, hence the need to protect them. Report all cases of suspicious movement around electrical facilities to security agencies. When you see something, say something. This message is from the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation in collaboration with the National Counter-Terrorism Center, NCTC, Office of the National Security Advisor.
Back, you're still on to Panorama in our Just studio. Relief will soon come the way of residents of Jos North local government area as management of Jos Water Services Corporation is taking urgent steps to connect Tudunwada community to pipe-borne water supply. Managing Director of the corporation, Apollo Samchi, gave this indication during a vulnerability assessment visit to the area. Ndayang and Debagang reports.
Angwan Clinic, Tudunwada D, a suburb in Jos North local government area of Plateau State, is grappling with the challenge of perennial water shortage for more than 30 years. And this challenge is compounded by the rocky terrain of the community, making it more difficult to have access to pipe-borne water. This stream serves as the only source of water for the community, which only flows during the rainy season, as the rocky nature of the area could not allow for digging of wells and boreholes, thereby impacting negatively on their socio-economic well-being.
Some can not even wash their clothes during dry season. Basals, there's no water. All what they do, if they get one jerrycan for to cook food at home, that is all.
Most of us women, and in fact to an extent that our men have to join us to help us in running with their vehicles to go and fetch water from a far distance.
Apparently distressed by the long period of lack of access to potable water supply, the community complained to the State Water Service Corporation, and the management is here to assess the situation with a view to addressing its plight. Managing Director of the corporation, Apollo Samchi, decried the condition of the community's source of water, assuring that visibility and geographic survey will be immediately carried out to ensure water supply.
We have captured them together with their neighboring community, that's the Ikukumu community. They are already captured, and there will be extension and replacement of pipe that will serve them about 8 kilometers.
He further calls on the public to protect water facilities for efficient services in Jos, Ndenyan, and the Abuja. NTA News.
Nigeria Premier Football League champions Rangers International begin their title defense with a 0-0 draw against El Kanemi Warriors. For details and more, let's join Suleiman Musa on Sports Updates.
Let's begin with football, as the opening game of the 2024-2025 Nigerian Premier Football League (NPFL) between Rangers International and El Kanemi Warriors ended in a stalemate on Saturday. The game, which was played at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium in Enugu, failed to provide goals to herald a new campaign. The defending champions, who have not conceded in their last 9 home league meetings against El Kanemi Warriors prior to the fixture, were matched by the resilient side. Other fixtures for the week 1 will take center stage in the first weekend of September across different centers. To tennis, Iga Swiatek said her brief chat with tennis great Serena Williams before her game against Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova gave her a positive kick for her dominant third-round victory. Poland Swiatek, who trumped in New York in 2022, did not face a single break point as she defeated the Russian 6-4, 6-2 at the Atoash Stadium. The top seed was seen talking with 23-time Grand Slam champion Williams in the players' gym before the match. She will next meet Ludmila Samsonova in the 4th round after the Russian 16th seed has breezed past American Aislinn Kruger in 62 minutes, winning 6-1, 6-1. Meanwhile, in the men's category, 5th seed Daniil Medvedev breezed past Italian Flavio Caboli 6-3, 6-4, 6-3 to move into the 4th round of the US Open as the 2021 champion stepped up his bid to capture a 3rd Grand Slam title. The Russian, who is the only New York champion left in the men's draw following the stunning exits of Novak Djokovic and Carlos Alcaraz in the first week, was pleased to avoid the US Open trapdoor. And finally, on a side note, ex-Ivory Coast international Son Bamba has died at the age of 39. The former Ivory Coast centre-back, who began his career with Paris Saint-Germain and also played for Dunfermline and Middlesbrough, was part of Cardiff's side who won promotion to Premier League in 2018. He overcame non-Hodgkin lymphoma in 2021 during his playing days at Cardiff and had been working at Turkey club Adanaspor. With Sport Update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
Has been Panorama to